I was gonna leave you on there for a little longer.
I didn't know you were live.
Yeah, dude. Oh my god, dude. Oh, we did it. There's nothing worse that makes me crap my little pantaloons more than when a stream goes bad to start. But we did it. We resurrected it. Everybody migrated over.
There were ghosts in the streams, man.
Yeah, that's right. We crossed the streams. That's it. You know what it was? Let me show you exactly what it was. This is probably gonna ruin everything again. Here, this is it. I was gonna wear my Freddy glove as part of my costume. It's real metal too. Listen to this.
Did you cut through the mouse?
As I said, I cut through the stream, bro. I put it on.
You haunt the streams.
Exactly. So here's the Freddy glove for the night. I'm not gonna be wearing it and ruining my computer for this night. It's real metal.
Yeah,
that's that Party City now.
The inflatable pink man outfit is gonna only last for a couple minutes. It's super hot.
Is that your non-licensed name, inflatable pink man?
Inflatable pink man.
Oh, welcome everybody. We got an awesome show. We have a lot to get to. We have a lot of stuff to show off. A lot of stuff to talk about. We got special guests galore. This is a record for how many people we're bringing on the stream.
Jam packed. We have a ton of people here, huh?
Dude, so many people.
To the Mondo Toy Talk.
Say what now?
Some new faces to the Mondo Toy Talk.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you through the Kirby, but you're good.
Oh, you said it. You can't say his name.
No, you sound good. All right. So yeah, we got so much to get to. We can't waste any time. We got to talk about Ghostbusters. We're going to talk about brand new posters that are dropping this week for Halloween. We got to talk about Scarecrow. We're going to talk about Godzilla Day. Yeah, strap in, grab a snack, grab a drink, and I'm going to bring in our first guest. The man of the hour is what I'm calling him right now, Mr. Oh my God! At first I thought I said all Alex Brewer. I thought I said I lick boo, and I'm like, what?
No, it's Alex Brewer.
There you go, Alex Brewer.
Yeah, Simpsons Treehouse of Horror name.
Hell yeah.
I thought you guys were gonna wear costumes.
I love that
I'm
Alex
the only one.
Alex said costume. I'll just shave. Ain't nobody seen it.
In case you don't know, I'm supposed to be plain clothes Peter Venkman when he's just lounging around the firehouse,
100%. It's spot on. The likeness is uncanny, and it's obvious why you were able to nail that likeness in the figure. Dude, you are one part of the duo who brought this to life. I'm going to bring in, I think for the first time on Mondo Toy Talk, the great Mark Bristow. Round of applause. What up, dude?
Hey,
and he brought his whole squad. Mystery Science.
We were shot into space and forced to watch bad YouTube streams. No, I'm kidding.
So Mark's here. Mark, if you guys don't know, if you haven't met Mark before, Mark Bristow is the man behind the beautiful paints on these figures. Absolutely crushed it. So when we talk about Alex Brewer, we want to talk about the sculpts. We talk about Alex talking about those paints. And dude, I'm glad you were able to join us. I'm actually going to switch right now.
Before you keep going, I'm going to exit this cocoon.
Yeah, I'm going to switch hats. I can't wear my headphones properly, but it's still Freddy colored. So it's Freddy coded. Wait, I'm going to give Hector the solo real quick.
How's it going?
I just put you on.
I saw.
So yeah, Alex, Mark, what's it feel like, dude? Because for those who don't know, Alex Brewer, we've said it a billion times, Alex Brewer willed these figures into existence. He kind of like took a weekend, sculpted up the team, and posted it. It went super viral to the point where like our executives at Mondo Funko were like, who are also big Ghostbusters fans, are like, hey, we're making these, right? And so it started this whole chain reaction of how do we get it done? Can we get it done? It's nuts. It's nuts what happened. So then Mark, who's a huge fan himself, it just so happened that he joined the team around the time that we were starting to work on these and was able to paint these up. It's just a perfect serendipity. That's why I say it's a great Toy Story. Guys, how do you feel?
Feels great. Like every time I look at the the product pages and stuff, it's like, wow, I can't believe we're here. This is amazing.
Mark,
Yeah.
as a long time Ghostbusters fan, did you ever think you'd see the day where you were responsible for making these guys come to life?
No. There
does
was
it
always
feel?
a huge hole in the collecting community for these guys, right? And just the way they are, they just been a fan of these since I was a little kid, probably my first cartoon. And I've just been waiting for something like this to happen, to just be created, and didn't think it would be part of it. That's for sure.
100%. It's so
not, yeah.
it's dude.
It's
Such
funny.
a
I
great.
want to, I'll
Yeah,
chime
Hector,
in here. Like
please.
I've known Mark for a very long time, and him and I worked together in our previous job many years ago. And he was at the time, and still is, the biggest Ghostbusters fan I know. And I remember back at the old place we used to work at, we talked about, man, why has no one done real Ghostbuster figures? Like actual, there's like been some in the periphery, right? Nothing but nothing this accurate, right? That's like
Right.
straight up. So I just think it's wonderful that Mark was already on the team. We were working with him. He joined recently full time, and so it's great to have Mark be a part of this. At the same, just a weird moment for me personally, just to be like, this is amazing. I feel really happy for Mark. I feel happy for you, Alex, that we were able to make this come to fruition, right? Like it was such a crazy chain of events. It really is like a true, like, great story all around.
Yeah, it's so awesome. I just want to bring in before we move too much further. We got some other special guests here. We got the great Josh Manderkill. Everybody has good pun names. Josh, most of you might know, he's our art director on posters and packaging for records, and even a lot of our box art now for our figures. So you should get to know Josh. Josh got some cool stuff to share with us later. What's up, Josh?
What's up?
Is that an original Ben Cooper?
Oh, it'd be deteriorated if it was an
Okay.
original. Basically every year I go to the spirit store and buy like 2 or 3 to put in my bedroom wall. So
Heck
it's
yeah.
here around Halloween.
100%.
This is the time I pull them off the wall and wear them. So I got like a nice collection of like Frankenstein.
Oh, yeah, those are great.
wow.
The devil.
That
Yeah.
was great.
Dracula I don't have this week, which would be more appropriate. With all
It's
the
a good
vampires.
series. We also have the great Jesse Cromley. Hey.
Freaky.
I don't know if you call me great, but hey everybody.
At first I was like, are you a cholo with the one button topped up like that? And then I realized it was a cape from House Moving Castle.
Come on, don't do that to me.
I love it.
This
Dude,
is a
welcome
view
to the
of
stream
my
for the first time.
backyard.
Oh yeah, no, natural environment for you, Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse made his debut at the Mondo panel at New York Comic Con, where he was trying to adjust a few things on the table for us, and we just put the spotlight on him and introduced him. So yeah, Jesse, as someone who's in charge of marketing stuff like this and making sure everything looks cool, right? Because that's your role on our team, making sure everything looks cool, making sure that the social media makes sense. What is a week like this like for someone on your end, where we're not only doing Ghostbusters, but all the posters, the Halloween stuff? How you feeling?
I mean, I'm feeling great, honestly. Like, the guys who sculpt and create this make amazing things, so it makes my life easy and my team's life easy. Top it off with an amazing IP like this. But like you said, this is not the only thing we've got going on this week. We got a whole bunch of stuff, so it's super exciting. It's all things all the time, juggling all kinds of things, but that's what makes doing all this so much fun.
Heck yeah.
And working on stuff like this and working on a multitude of stuff like this. So yeah, it's super fun.
100%. And then later on, we're going to be talking a lot about Godzilla, but I want to bring him on right now. The great. Oh, wait, let me give him a second to get ready. The great Octave. Dude, full house, dude. Full house.
Scary.
What's up, man? How stoked are you tonight?
I'm super pumped, man. I'm so excited.
We got a lot to talk about, dude. It's crazy because it's
can't-
literally a round table of fans who get to make stuff for ourselves and then everyone else who's also a fan. It's the coolest thing. So that's going to be the theme of the night. Let's get right into it. Let's bring the Ghostbusters up. Folks, I want to just say at the very, very top here, thank you all. Hector, what do you think about this reaction? Like it popped off yesterday, yeah?
Oh yeah, I mean, we I don't even know where to start. It just it blew our expectations out of the water. We're super excited with just a response, and everyone's been so awesome. Like everyone, it's great to see the toy community come together in such a way that it really, it brings a tear to my eye. It was just great. I think I couldn't be happier with the response, and people have just been awesome all around when it comes to movies.
No, it's been so rad. We're, like you said, like, it's kind of been this unifying force because everybody just wanted it. And I think we said this before, but Alex, like, we would have been stoked if any company made these. Like, this is not something that's like Mondo's the best because we did it. I mean, we are, but like the reality is, like, anybody would have come out with these, we would have been like, take my money because I need these, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, yeah, we talked about this. We're all real Ghostbusters fans. Like the toys were so great, the cartoons awesome. Like, and yeah, just to be able to get these at all is it satisfies our fan sides, right?
Yeah, 100%. Did you have an idea when you were sculpting these, like if you were gonna, because you first just did the Ghostbusters, right? Like the solo Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and a few others, but yeah, mostly the Ghostbusters.
Did you ever think that this would be a line that featured the ghost too? Because I don't know why, as a fan of Ghostbusters, ever since I've been a kid, after the original Kenner line, everything's just been about the Ghostbusters. You never really get a ton of ghosts. So I almost just assumed, like, we'll never get ghost figures again. Like, it won't happen.
I mean, it had to happen, right? Like, that was like from the very beginning of like even thinking about this line and the possibilities. It's like, you got to do the ghost villains. Like, Boogeyman needs to be a figure. Samhain needs to be a figure. Sandman, like, it's, there are so many great, like, iconic, because also, like, we were of an age when this show was airing, most of us, that it's like, these things, it's probably the first time we were scared, in our lives watching these on TV.
Oh my God, the Boogeyman episode scared me so much when I was a kid.
Still terrifying.
The Doomsday Door episode still. Those trains are scary with the skeletons in them. That's awesome.
Yeah,
we always talk about it.
Nostalgic emotions, right?
Yeah, we always talk about how, like, that era was not nerfed for kids. Like, the content was like you were like Jesse, you were saying that you also remember being freaked out about this. Don't you agree that, like,
that era was terrifying? Like this stuff, like the air conditioner from Brave Little Toaster. That era, like, full stop, terrifying.
Bench from Labyrinth.
I was gonna say, Josh, you strike me as someone who wouldn't have been freaked out by any of it, but I still.
My first movie ever that I saw in the theater, vivid memory, I was probably like 5, 6, was Ghostbusters. And
no kidding.
That library scene, like, equally traumatizing and fascinating.
Oh yeah.
Like, I think everything I'd seen up until that point was like Care Bears movies and stuff.
100%.
It was impactful and probably sparked my entire horror fascination.
Somebody said the Boogeyman episode burned itself into everyone's long-term memory.
100%.
I think some of that's because of the writer. It's a mainstream comic writer, J. Michael Straczynski, worked on a lot of the episodes, and it gave him a credibility. And you can see the episodes he didn't work on weren't quite as, but I think that's what set the tone, the parts you remember.
It had everything. It had the great design, the great jokes, the characters you love. Mark, as a painter, I look at this photo right now, and I know now, having worked with everybody for a while, how this kind of stuff works. But I feel like you should explain a little bit about what is important to capture when you have all these solid areas, these clear, like, plasma slime, the beam. Like, how do you make sure that one thing feels like it's cloth, one thing feels like it's skin, one thing feels like it's ethereal? Like, what is the secret behind that? In 3 seconds, please.
Okay, in 3 seconds. Okay, the clear parts are basically the clear parts are basically gummy worms, right? No, they're breaking color. No one likes a solid gummy worm. You want the half red, half green one, right? They slide them at the line.
Does your brain work like that? Like, does your brain work as an artist and a technician? Does your brain work a certain way when you see, like, okay, I know I'm going to be treating this project a little differently than another one, or how does it work?
Well, like real quick on the stream again, like a lot of companies put out, there's no offense to anyone, but like just a solid clear piece. I like to have little color breaks in it and stuff, because you can do that with clear parts. And I wanted the stream to have bits of yellows and clears and a little bit of greens in it, because the show, it's a backlit animation cell, right? So there's light and there's colors flashing through it and everything. And as far as the suits, I just wanted to get as close to the original Pantones and animation cells as we could, and I had access to a lot of them. Some were not quite accurate, like Peter's suit was off because it changed from the pilot. It was originally like more like Ray's suit. All of them were at one point, but Peter's was later to change more like the brown. And there's always this tendency to make the suits a little too dark. My first passes at the last figures that were made like this, I felt they were a little dark. And so I went with a lighter profile, mixing the paint a little bit lighter than what I would have expected to look like in the airbrush. It'd be like, it's just about right. It's got good highlights, good soft tones. I want the surface soft. I want you to
100%
pick it up, right? See how it feels. A little bit of a sensory experience. Right?
Yeah.
Everything has a soft glow to it. And that's sort of the approach I did for these. I want them to look not like super animated, not super comic booky, like a little bit of just if you could pull like a really high quality animation out.
Yeah, it feels like these are like legit like 3D objects, and the paint on them makes them feel like those 3D renders that people fall in love with online. And I mean that in the highest but as the highest praise. Like those matte renders are gorgeous. Nothing ever really looks like that. But these painted ones actually feel that way. Hector, how do you think how does he achieve that? Like or what I want to ask you actually is, how confident do you feel giving something to Mark? Because I know
always 100%. I mean, there's barely, Mark knows there's barely any direction there. I trust them wholeheartedly
but what makes him different from any other painter in your opinion, or like other? Yeah,
he's just the man, dude. He's the man. He's good. He's been doing it for a long time, and we've been working together for a long time, and so we kind of know I know what he's into and what he can accomplish, and he knows what I'm looking for. So it's kind of that. And with Ghostbusters, honestly, this was one of those where I just kind of stepped back because I trusted Alex and Mark as real fans. Like I love this show. I grew up watching it, but I'm not as deep as these two guys were. So I kind of let them take the reins really, and I was just here to guide and add support whenever I could. In terms of paint, I think one of the secrets is that we paint our figures. None of this stuff is actually just injected plain plastic.
Can you explain that for a second for people who don't understand? Because I learned that working here with you.
Yeah. So, a lot of mass produced toys, and even some mid-range price level toys, a lot of the color that you see in the figures, they're just injected colors. That meaning like someone told the plastic. Someone told the manufacturer, this is the Pantone color, inject the plastic into the mold in this color, and then they will paint certain parts. And that makes sense for mass market figures because you have to hit a certain price point and all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to the stuff we do here, and what I pride myself on here, is that we make sure all of our figures are painted, and that's why you get that sort of matte texture to everything, because there's actual paint on everything. Nothing's just plain injected plastic, because that gives you that kind of glossy, not to say cheap, but like just mass market look.
It's like the way I describe it is like our figures don't look plasticky.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And
but it is plastic.
It is plastic.
Yeah,
it doesn't look that way, and that's the
painted.
Right. And then sometimes I'll get other toys where part of it looks beautiful and part of it looks cheapy because it wasn't painted. Like you said, that's the color of the plastic. So I think that's a huge thing that people need to know about our figures, is that everything is considered.
I mean, even if you just like go to the Proton Pack and you go and like zoom in on that and you look at it, like there's a lot of deco hits on that side. That is not a mass market friendly Proton Pack by any means.
It's more expensive to have the factory recreate that, right?
Is expensive.
Yeah.
And the straps and the things on his belts, like there's all those little buttons, and each one is a specific color. And it's a ton of sometimes you gotta touch it with the paintbrush.
Something cool about that is that when you think Ghostbusters, you think of the packs all as being that same ultramarine blue, like the old Kenner role-play toys we all had. But in the animation cell, none of these things are the same color. The PK meter, the Ghost Trap, the tones on the Proton Pack, they're all different blues, right? None of them are ultramarine at the end of the day. So it's a lot of almost blue-gray shades. Yeah. I don't want to use too many forced shadows on this because it's not the deco I went for, but the pack needed them. There are dark and light areas that are consistent in the animation that we captured on, especially on the body of the thrower. Those
100%.
dark shadows are always there to the point that even when the scene is lit, they're still there. So I captured a bit of foreshadows in the pack because it's just the character of it, without going overboard with it.
Yeah, I want to shout out Hillary, by the way, in the chat. Miss Arce, Hector's wife, who's also one of our painters here at Mondo, just crushes it all the time. A lot of you guys know that, so just shout out Hillary. Painters Unite.
Yeah, Hillary.
So yeah, and then Nashville has a good quote here: "Plastic bottle well whiskey versus 100 years." I guess it's kind of like that.
That's a good comparison.
that guy exactly. As we're going through these, what, Alex, back to you on this. What is it that you had to capture? And I think I remember you even saying that you revised the ones you originally posted.
Oh yeah.
What?
Yeah, we went through some revisions for sure.
What kind of stuff? Because I looked at those original posts. I'm like, Jesus, it's perfect. So what were the things that you kind of like that caught your eye specifically that may have gone through some changes, if you can say?
Yeah, it was mostly, so I did those original renders like in a month, right? And so then since we got the go ahead to actually make these, like I watched so many episodes of the show.
Yeah.
I took the time to like really look at it all and try to
tune it.
Yeah, it's all like little proportional things and like the 3/4, especially on Venkman, it's like you think you know what he looks like, but then it's like once you've nailed that like profile and the 3/4, like it all kind of clicks into place and yeah, it was just, I think if you look at something enough, you start to realize like, oh, now it feels like it came off the screen basically.
Yeah, and there's a portion of it too, like when Alex posted those, I'm assuming here, Alex, correct me if I'm wrong, but you did those for fun. They were you made them look cool. There was a great render for the Instagram, whatever you were going to share. Like once we got into the nitty gritty, we had to make this producible, right?
Oh
so
yeah,
that was a long journey in and of itself to make sure that everything worked right.
To find that balance of like cartoony and have the sort of like softness that you find in the drawings on the show, but like still good articulation and figuring all of that out was like, it took a while.
Of this whole set, Alex, what was like the most fun or rewarding part to sculpt? Like what did you do and you were like, yo, this is awesome? The gear, I was part of the reason why I was started doing this project was I was like, well, it could be practice to learn like some like hard surface modeling. Yeah.
So, which is always like, good to like get practice on. So like getting all like following the model sheets and creating each little component and part of the gear for all, the proton packs, the particle thrower, like it was kind of like meditative. It's almost like when people like do Lego to like unwind at the end of the day. It was like, oh yeah, put this piece here and then this piece here, and that's kind of more like that, and like figuring out how it all would click together. So that was definitely fun.
That's
fun fact too. I don't know if people know this too much or if we've talked about it, but and you guys, Mark and Alex, correct? I'm not quite sure what the name of that circular part of the proton pack is.
Mark knows.
Right here.
The
Mark
cyclotron? Yeah.
What is it?
Cyclotron.
The cyclotron, yeah.
So that's
articulated
articulated in the figure.
Yeah.
It actually it spins around with the proton pack hose. So
Articulation points.
There's an articulation point there it spins around. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. Oh, and even in the trap too, like the trap had because there's a swappable little inner cartridge in there, and you can swap it out and put the sort of open door trap cartridge
you can put the
in with Samhain getting sucked in. But that like cartridge is pretty much designed like it is on the show, because there's like very clear model sheets for everything. So if you slide that little like inner cartridge out, it's like that's how it looks when they put it into the containment unit and everything. So
and this was, I remember when Alex, when you posted these, this was the one part of your accessory sheet that I like honed in on.
Yeah.
When it was like, no one's done this before.
Yeah.
No one's ever shown or made a collectible of a ghost getting sucked into the trap. And the way you sculpted this, it's so perfect. Like the proportions, and you can see the movement Like you can just see everything. Like it feels like he's like like you just froze time, and he's getting sucked into the trap. It's so cool. We're gonna have a lot of fun with this is like a common accessory. I can say this now that will be with all of the sets. Like you will see a trap ghost in all the sets, which is pretty cool.
It can almost like serve as its own little display. Like I'd love to see them all like lined up, all of the ghosts just getting sucked into the trap.
Getting trapped. This is it's amazing.
Here's a good question, Alan Johnson. Is the cable from the trap pedal to the trap itself a wire, or is it just plastic?
It's a hose. It's a little plastic hose.
Hell
so
yeah.
It's completely bendable. I mean, it doesn't have a wire in it. So we talked about putting a wire in it for a while, maybe. So like you can get it in certain poses, but at this scale, it made things kind of clunky. It was just easier just to keep a hollow hose in there for the proton pack.
And as you can see, you can coil it up and hook it onto that little hook part of the proton pack, like on the show. Which is very cool.
Does it work if you put it on a spigot?
A tiny little spigot.
I had to. Sorry.
Here, this is Alex Alva from our team chiming in 1-1 RGB proton pack. Dude, that's an awesome idea.
Yeah.
Right? And then it would be awesome if like
that's pretty cool.
A premium add-on is the life-size ghost getting sucked in trap.
Oh my god,
dude. It wouldn't be much bigger than these life-size sideshow busts. And I'm just saying, pretty cool. All right. So we have so much to get to. I want to look a little bit more.
I love that picture.
I'm so glad this head is included. I think, Alex, I heard you mention that Hector chimed in and said we need this head.
Yeah.
Hector, this is one of your finest moments. I would have been so bummed without this, dude.
Thank you. No, I mean we wanted to include an extra head, and we were combing through a bunch of. He has so many great expressions. To be honest, I wish we could have included more. I would have included like 5 heads here because he has a lot. But this was definitely one that we had to pick. So.
Yeah, this is perfect. And I want to shout out Lord Bobasaurus, our the photographer for just for absolutely killing these, because again, like when we talk about our stuff online, it's only easy to do because we have these great visual representations, and you need someone who's also an artist behind the camera.
Oh, absolutely. Between him and Raul and Posable Productions.
Yeah,
and
who's in the chat?
Another individual we're working with. It's art in and of itself, and in the photography, I'm so proud of what we're able to do with those guys, and I think it's some of the best toy photography out there. Like
100%.
I said before, it makes my job as working in marketing and my team job easy sell. I send these off to people and they're like, "Are these real?" And
yes, I was going to ask you that.
They're like, "Is this?" Every time I send like anything, they're like,
and you send to who? Like, so people understand, not specifically, but like partners in publishing.
Yeah, partners in publishing, media, press, all kinds of folks, influencers, all kinds of things. The sentiment always is like, is this real product? And the answer is yes. And it's mind blowing all the time. So yeah, like you 100%. Said, it is like a work of art.
Yeah, dude. And this photo right here is my favorite. And it's probably how I'm going to try to have this pose. And this is why I think we need a 1-1 Slimer. I'm just saying, because this is it, bro. This is what I want.
That's you and me next Comic-Con.
I know.
Cosplays.
Yeah. Yeah. This is me and most people. Like, this is most people, and this is me. So, yeah, these are just amazing. I mean, what can be said? Like, our friends all across the internet have been shouting these out for a while. I absolutely love them. I can't believe they're real, you guys. I can't believe we're here. And the coolest thing about it is this is just the kickoff. This is just the kickoff of this line. We have a lot of plans, as you guys have seen. Egon and Boogeyman are coming soon. And we showed off Winston, right? We showed off Winston, not just the silhouette.
Yeah, in New York, we announced Winston with a ghost. We didn't say
with the ghost.
With a ghost.
With a ghost.
And we said Ray's coming with a ghost.
With a ghost.
With another ghost. Who knows?
People some of the toy tubers and stuff have already kind of guessed which ghost they're coming.
Yeah. It wasn't that obscure of a photo, you guys. I don't know who you thought you were kidding. But
hey.
Listen,
some people don't know.
It's a ghost.
So right now, I just want to say we have the timed edition going all month long. Until what date exactly? Who remembers?
I think it's November 26th.
Yeah, 26th. It's a Tuesday.
There it is, 11/26/2024 at 11:59 a.m. Central Time. Do your own calculations for what that means for your time zone. There's a Mondo exclusive that comes with Samhain. I honestly don't know how you don't go for that if you're a hardcore fan. And if you're a casual toy fan and you want just some representation of the Ghostbusters, we got the single packs. And as we announced earlier today, free shipping across both of those domestically, all domestic orders. So take advantage of it. It's an awesome line, you guys. We could talk about it all freaking night. It's that good. This right here is the spirit of the season. I can't believe we timed it. I can't believe we got it timed. So it literally comes out. Amazing, right? So amazing stuff. Speaking of Ghostbusters, it wasn't the only Ghostbustery thing we had going on this week. He says as he realizes he closed the window. There it is. Okay. So I'm gonna. Yeah, there we go. I'm going to switch. Hey everybody, how you doing? I'm gonna switch over here to our other slides. And Josh, tell us a little bit about this amazing Ghostbusters print by Marie Bergeron.
Yeah, Mary is an amazing artist. Has a ton of experience with beautiful screen prints, posters. And the thing about doing a Ghostbusters poster for Mondo is there's been so many amazing ones. So it's trying to find something that felt very iconic. You know, the idea that I would love in this film is that there's so much humor in the soundtrack, like just the way the music kind of bounces through the film. The moment when Walter Peck, EPA guy, shuts down the containment unit and all hell breaks loose,
The best.
the music just changes in that film like drastically. It's a song called Magic.
I love
Smiley, and it's just this
love
weird
that
synth,
song.
and the whole tone just changes.
It
And
does
that was kind
change.
of the vibe we wanted to get into this poster, and
yeah.
kind of put the Ecto one right at the center of it. But
It's awesome because it
got the ghost into the tailpipe of the taxi, and
Yes. It's awesome too because like it has this vibe of like a dystopian version of New York. Like there's like a ghost town, no pun intended. In that moment in the movie, you kind of get the sense of like it's the whole city just got haunted. And so it's also amazing. And I always say this, and Josh, we talk about this all the time, because Ghostbusters is not a movie that's lacking in good posters. Like there are posters upon posters out there. So when you task Marie Bergeron to do something, I'm sure she felt a little bit like I did when I was doing that Thing poster. I'm like, bro, every good poster's been done for this already. Like, how do you
not in your
contribute to
style, right?
Right. And that's what she really crushed on this. I think it's awesome because it looks classic. It looks kind of like highbrow, but it doesn't shy away from all the Easter eggs and the references to the fun and the ghost in the movie, right?
The Stay Puff billboard is kind of the little cherry on top to me.
100%.
Yeah.
It's amazing. It's a hand pulled screen print. They sold out, so I just wanted to show it off. And thank everybody who picked one up. This is going to be one that I think showcases really well at that size. But dude, we have so much more because this week we are dropping Castlevania by Trad Moore. Dude, tell me about getting this one put together. I feel like this is a perfect match.
Yeah, I wish Justin was on because he's our resident Castlevania guy, video game guy. But
Yeah.
Brad Moore worked with us on the Dune 2 poster. He did a Dune 1 poster. We just want to continue working with him. He's got such a cool psychedelic style, but he also turned out was a huge Castlevania fan when we asked him, like, what would you love to do next? And he listed Castlevania Symphony of the Night as like one of his kind of bucket list art pieces. So he nailed this. The detail of the roses and the logo. John did, we looked at different color options on it, and we really liked the vibe of this one. Could go more red with vampires, but there was just something kind of elegant, Baroque vibe to this whole thing. So
I think he captured it perfectly. I mean, Symphony of the Night, one of my favorite games of all time, and Alucard is such a great character that this is like one that's going up on my wall just because of the love for the game, and it's just like a great interpretation of Alucard. He looks powerful yet elegant at the same time. It's just really cool.
Hell yeah. And shout out Chris Wooten, who says in Symphony of the Night, when the castle flipped, my mind was blown. Poster brings back them feels.
So true. Yeah.
He also has an incredible profile picture here wearing our Mondo shirt. So shout out Chris Wooten. Trad Moore is so good. I always say that my favorite artists are the ones who you just see the work and you know it's them. Yeah. And that's a hard thing to achieve, a stylization that's associated with your name. And so Trad's got that in spades. He did some great work for us this year. This is like I wish we could figure out how to extend this like as a series and do more in this world with him because he's so good at it. But he sent us these incredible sketches, which is it's truly an
The
embarrassment.
hardest part of the job is picking when someone sends us an awesome sketch.
Yeah.
It's always going to be like, oh, you guys should have done that one, but it's like that's the one we left in another dimension, I guess. But
it's nuts because it's like when you're working with a great artist and you get all these options, you're like, oh my god, anyone I pick like kills the other two, and that's so hard, you know. And so we spent a while going back and forth on this. Again, I love that horizontal one, stunning too. But his sketches are very involved, as you can see. Trad's not like really on social media much,
no.
so it's hard to give him his props, but he's the best. Like he's so good. He's a great dude. So if you're a Castlevania fan, I feel like you're not going to get a better option at art on your wall that kind of like classes up the joint, right? Speaking of class, I still can't believe this is real.
Yeah, this is a big one for me. As a teenage goth, you know, listen to Skinny Puppy records and reading Sandman comics. Dave McKean's art is like nightmarish and has so many like layers to it that it just felt like you're looking into another world that you haven't found yet, kid. Like,
yes,
as you grow up, you're like you're learning about subcultures and stuff, and this is kind of like a visual roadmap to that. And when I think Peter, you ran into him at a convention.
Oh, dude,
talking about getting on a Mondo poster, and
no,
it was
this
like,
is
hell yes.
This is literally the craziest story. It's funny because Hillary is also a huge Dave McKean fan. I used to look at Dave McKean stuff when I was young, and I'm like, I couldn't even begin to understand it, frankly. And it was one of those guys who got me to rethink about, you know, art in art school, like assemblage and working on collage, and then, you know, putting things through filters and you know. And so I always considered him at like this Mount Rushmore of elite artists who are set. They don't need any other gigs. They're good. They'll find their own work. And we were at Comic-Con 2 years ago, just walking around thinking about who can we bring into the fold at Mondo and introduce people to that. I mean, this guy needs no introduction, but like it hasn't done a Mondo poster before.
Right.
And we walked by, I saw Dave McKean at the table. Remember, Hector? And I'm like, dude, I'm just going to go ask him. And so I walked up to him and I said, Dave McKean. He's like, hey, what's up? Nice to meet you. Super nice dude, charming guy. And I said, hey man, I work for Mondo. Would love to have you on, do a print for us. Whatever you want to do that we have the license for, you can do it. And he's like, oh my God, no one's ever asked me. I've always wanted to do a Mondo poster. No one's ever asked me. And I'm like, what? Are you kidding me, dude? And so he was game for it. I couldn't have texted Josh faster and said, dude, we got Dave McKean. He sends in these sketches again.
Oh, it hurts that you're showing
Sketches are printable. Like,
they're all amazing.
Wow.
Right? It's almost like what we should do is put out a book and have him illustrate the book.
Yeah.
And it's just insane. He's a master artist, and again, a signature style you see coming a mile away. These original sketches, when we got them in, I was like, no freaking way, dude. No freaking way, dude. And we have that we're no freaking way. We're literally communicating with Dave McKean on email. No way that like he's submitting sketches for our approval. You know, that's surreal. And then that we get to pick from these, dude. Josh, how hard was picking this?
How hard is it to give notes to a guy you follow?
It feels weird, right?
I was just gonna say, how does that feel, Josh? To like work
keeping him as minimal as possible, and usually like taking him the licenser's bucket. So, but it's hard to choose which one to pick from. I do know that we will consider like, is this worth, you know, putting on a timetable for likeness approval? Is this worth what else are we releasing at a similar time that has a similar color palette? Just all the considerations we do that has nothing to do with how awesome the art is by itself.
Yeah, when I saw the one that we ended up using, I felt like I hadn't seen anything like that before. But at the same time, it evoked the familiar image of that scene when he's riding up to the castle, which also harkens back to all of Dracula lore, right? And so I feel like we made the right call, as difficult as it was. I would love to have seen this one fleshed out with all the cool Dracula, vampire, monster, creature vibes. And then to get this back, you guys, holy.
My thing with this film too that I really love is that Dracula, before this movie came out, was already an iconic film and, you know, book. for someone like Coppola to come in and flesh that world out even more and the character even more and give it so much depth beyond just what people already knew of, Bela Lugosi and the whole lore around it. Like, it's amazing. And to match that up with Dave McKean, it was just like peanut butter chocolate, perfection.
Legitimately, dude. Like, it fits so well. Like when he said, yeah, I'd love to do that, I'm like, oh my God, that writes itself. And this piece came back almost like fully finished. Like, there was very little tweaked. It was excellent. And we just moved some things here and there around the logo a little bit, but it already felt like you guys are saying in the chat, like it's 100%, Hillary has 100% his style and instantly recognizable as a McKean original. And that's all we wanted so freaking bad. Is it just to feel like
it's like people don't think in the terms of screen printing either, because it's so layered and it's so many different color blends and things. And even he was, working with John and kind of like,
yes,
what can I do? What can I do? We're like, dude, just do your thing. And John's amazing talent just able to like kind of bring this into our world of screen printing.
That's an awesome thing to highlight, that John Smith is so good at what he does, separating this original art and making it possible for a screen printing house to print it in layers, that someone like Dave McKean is like, hey, are you sure? Probably because he's had experience with other screen printing houses where we're saying, hey, can you tone this down a little bit? And
here.
Yeah, seriously. And because of that, John, literally, there's emails where John's like, don't worry about it, dude, we got it. It's so casual and so like cowboyish of John. I love it so much. Shout out John Smith making this a possibility, because when you get a screen print
tomorrow, right?
It releases tomorrow. It's a Halloween release.
Jesse, correct? Confirm?
Halloween release, and not only do we have one variant, but do we have another one?
I don't know if I shared it with Peter.
There it is. We decided
it's called the Virgin variant,
yes,
without the title.
We decided to put out a variant that doesn't have any of the text and title because of Dave McKean's work. I feel like can stand on its own, right? We all agree.
Yeah.
And so if you want it to feel more like the movie poster, we got that one. And if you just want an original piece of Dave McKean art that stands on its own, you got that version too. So tomorrow, it's limited. This is not like some timed edition. Yeah?
Limited.
Yes.
And
edition.
This and Castlevania Symphony of the Night, Tradmore, also tomorrow.
Yes.
At 12 p.m. Central, 10 a.m. Pacific.
There it is.
Yeah, this is part of our Halloween drops for tomorrow, right?
That's it. Yeah, Halloween.
The Castlevania poster, the Dracula, and then
Halloween. So now I'm going to switch over here to. Come on, bro.
Wait, we got more stuff for Halloween?
Oh, bro, all we have is more stuff.
Yo,
it's like Christmas and Halloween. So
we got favorite time of year, man. We gotta celebrate.
It's funny because like over a year ago, we were saying like our launch around Halloween was good, but like we could go way harder, and we went hard this year. So Scarecrow 1/6 drops tomorrow, lest anybody thinks we're letting off the gas. Dude, Hector, Scarecrow 1/6. Where does Scarecrow rank for you, like in villains for Batman's Rogues Gallery? I feel like he's always forgotten when people are ranking, but he's high up for me.
In this show, I would say 4th.
Nice.
I'd say for sure it's Clayface number 1, Man-Bat number 2, the Joker number 3, and then it would be Scarecrow.
Yeah, and we packed in every version of the mask that we could, including the unmasked crane face. Alex, when you're sculpting Scarecrow, what do you just like get like, yes, those faces are going to be so cool? What are you thinking about? 'Cause I love the idea of being able to pivot to all those different heads.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's like they're all such iconic designs. Like this is such an iconic interpretation of Scarecrow that it's like getting the like, I don't know, just getting all the shapes right, and yeah, being able to do those crazy heads that we've never seen in toy form before.
Which ones have never been seen in toy form? These two, right?
Right.
Yeah. Yep. It's a Mondo first.
Yeah.
And Peter, you were big on the first appearance head there.
I love this thing.
Yes.
This is
They're
so
all
funny.
great.
Yeah, they're all great. They're all great. It's just there's something about this that's so unintimidating and more like like that energy that I just have to.
That is the energy. That
is I'll
laugh
get you know, that kind of thing. And so I love it because it's a little more camp, but you get all of them. I really feel like this one's terrifying, and I really do feel like this is the head, you know. But even having the unmasked head, dude, is it difficult? Because I'm asking you this, having come off of Ghostbusters. Likenesses for cartoons that are 2D that never really have to be drawn in the round, because that's not how 2D art works. How difficult is it to first get the reference for every angle, and then, 'cause I don't know if that's always available, and then making sure it makes sense from every angle.
Yeah, I mean, when it is available, it's great. So luckily I was able to find like some pretty good model sheets for Scarecrow.
Oh, cool.
But sometimes you do have to like dig pretty, search the internet pretty carefully.
Yeah.
But yeah, like there were turnarounds for each of these, but then even then it can be kind of, especially for a show like Batman, it can be kind of challenging because like oftentimes the front, it doesn't really look like the side, you have to figure out, but I kind of like the challenge of like marrying all the different model sheet angles to try to get it so it looks right no matter how you rotate it.
100%. And it's got some killer accessories. Joker Rat is here. An exclusive. I don't know. This is another one of those things where like, bro, if you're going to get this figure, you're not going to get Joker Rat. I don't know, man. I don't know what's going on there, because it's a perfect like add-on piece right next to him, right, Hector?
And I can't imagine anyone else doing Joker Rat, right? Because it's like a very deep cut reference, but it's like when you see a rat turn into the Joker, like you gotta include it.
This is a once in a lifetime type of thing. I mean, maybe someone will, now that we said it, will be like, haha, I'll give you a life size.
Yeah.
But we that's what we try to do here. We try to do the things that other people haven't done, and even when we're doing a character like Scarecrow, where there's been a ton of collectibles out there, not only of the character, the comic book character, but the video game iterations, and there's been some stuff for the animated series too. So this is something that super fun.
No,
shout out to Posable Productions for these photos.
Oh yeah, shout out Posable Productions. He's crushed it. He's here in the chat, by the way.
He's in
shout
the chat.
him out.
You can
Great stuff.
You can scroll. We can look through some of his photos.
Yeah, look at this. It's legit terrifying. Like,
unhinged.
Yeah.
I feel like they got the design from Scary Terry from this figure.
Yes.
Right? Some Scary Terry energy there.
That is Scary Terry energy, yo.
Oh, sorry. By the way, perfect that I landed here. This is the greatest thing ever, that we included these crows. Where is the reference to the crows? I heard you talking about it, Alex.
Yeah, the crow. So the original like Kenner toy came with a little crow that you could clip onto his arm, and it seemed like they'd be fun accessories here. And trying to like kind of figure out like what a crow in the Batman the Animated Series style would look like, like dots.
Oh, because it wasn't pulled from the show.
No, I looked. I was like, did they draw any crows in the show at any point?
No kidding, dude.
Like, so.
No, there's no crows at all in the show.
He literally watched the entire series just to make sure.
There might be some crows somewhere. Maybe I didn't watch too carefully, but yeah, it was on the toy.
Yeah, it really is like something that we do have to toot our own horn about, because you could get a great looking figure that made by someone who doesn't know all the references, and then you're going to miss out on some things. And so I do think it only works because everyone here is a big fan. It's so crazy, dude. Horrifying.
Put that away.
I know, right? There's my guy. Hey, guy. Get him, Batman. And so, yeah, really, really rad stuff. Speaking of Halloween, well, that wraps up our Halloween section.
That wraps up. So tomorrow, Scarecrow limited edition and regular edition available, and the Dracula and Castlevania posters.
Yes, but we're not even done talking about anything, because we got Godzilla Day. You like that transition? We're not done talking about anything.
You need some work here.
It's off the cuff. So after that great drop, we got Godzilla Day coming, and this is one of those pieces by the great Hans Woody.
By the
Josh.
way, premiering here on Toy Talk, right?
Yes. This is an exclusive.
Shown any of this to anybody.
Yeah, exclusive reveal for the first time anywhere. It's a little cropped. I apologize about that. I don't know why it's doing that, but yeah, it's the Godzilla 1954 by Hans Woody. How much do we love working with Hans Woody, Josh?
Hans is a sweetheart, and he loves Godzilla, and we were more than happy to have him work on this original. The thing about this movie, to the whole lore of Godzilla that I love, is the serious tone. When you watch that black, it's not campy in any, like, it, you can really absorb yourself into the horror that is Godzilla, and getting the landscape of this force of nature like terrorizing the city. The symbolism of Godzilla, I think, is resonant in this poster.
Octeal, how you feeling? Because you haven't seen this yet either, right?
No, I haven't. It's amazing.
It's pretty sick, right? Do you
yeah,
know Hans Woody?
I don't.
I'm gonna
know
introduce you to him. He's a
the
real cool guy.
Yeah, I think the poster is magnificent.
It's crazy, right? Because we see, especially, if you're a Godzilla fan, this is the variant, by the way, which I can't tell which one I love more, because I just imagine the printing on this is going to be insane.
Yeah.
But when you see a ton of Godzilla stuff, it kind of it can get to the point where you're like, cool, more Godzilla stuff. But it's rare when something goes, oh, and it stops you and goes, that's really good.
Yeah.
And I feel like this does it.
On the scale of him and towering through everything.
Yeah, it's an important feature. I think we always talk about, like, make it feel like he's gigantic, right? So what can you do to make it feel like he's gigantic? The worm's eye view, the cannons, the jets, the buildings, it just does it. I love the way the text was treated. We handled that internally, right, Josh?
Yeah, Jesse had to check all of it because he's the only one that can read and speak Japanese.
Isn't that awesome? Jesse can literally speak and read Japanese. You want to read this for us to prove it?
You got 15 minutes or so. You can go
yeah.
I know that much. I'm kidding.
It's awesome. And again, like, we had so many amazing sketches to choose from with Hans that it was difficult to choose.
We're saving that bottom right one for when we do Godzilla versus Bambi. That's that
yeah, this one right here.
That license.
Yeah,
bottom left.
Damn.
But yeah, this was an
That
awesome
one's
one.
really
Like,
cool. The bottom left one is a very, very cinematic. I like that.
yeah, was really tempted to
Hard
go
to
with
choose.
this. Yeah, hard to choose. Maybe we bring this one back at some point. You have like a nice diptych, but it's amazing choices here. You get a lot of the terror, but there was something about the calm and the quiet of this one that did it for me, because it's like he's just like gonna chill and tear through the city. Rad stuff. Hans Woody is another artist. He's worked with us. He did the Stranger Things poster for us. He's working on some other secret stuff we can't talk about yet that's gonna really impress people. But yeah, he's amazing. He's one of our favorite artists to work with right now. And I really think if you're a Godzilla fan and you maybe you've been waiting for like an iconic Godzilla poster to kind of like, if you could only have one poster because your room is full of toys, right? Then a nice landscape will do it. And these are pretty good options.
That
Again,
top left you can just release as a Return of Godzilla print.
right here, right? Yeah.
You know,
That's the 84.
Yeah, it's an 84.
You heard it here. Send it.
Full set. It's true, because when we got these sketches, I could tell he was using different Godzillas as references for the images. So we had to like make sure, even this is technically a 62.
Yeah.
But we had to make sure we got the right one in, and we did. Again, I fixed
all monsters attack. Or no, I'm sorry, a GMK Godzilla up there on the right. Yeah.
I fixed the cropping so people can see it in its entirety. It's just
Oh,
awesome. The way he handled the textures on this, it's very painterly, very impressionistic.
Those kinds of stuff are pretty detailed. When we do detailed shots on our Instagram, you kind of see nice crops of those things.
Oh, yeah.
They can look really rough at this like smaller scale, but Hans puts the work in because he knows the scale of the posters. So
100%. Yeah, you'll have some good up close shots to see when these go up this week.
We'll show these off
Jesse?
tomorrow. We'll show these off tomorrow, along with
Okay.
all of our other Godzilla Day stuff. But we'll be putting them up on socials tomorrow.
All right, there you heard it first. And so that's going to be going up tomorrow. You can see all the good detail shots. But that's not all, you guys. Let me do this thing. Please play.
Not all.
That's not all. This is happening.
Oh,
Oh, I don't get the audio on it. But yeah, we are getting back into the Tiki game, right, Hector?
Yes.
Talk about this guy, dude.
Yes. So this is our Godzilla Destroy All Monsters Scorpion Bull that we're going to be releasing on Godzilla Day. And I'm so proud of this mug. This mug was truly just like us trying to come up with a really fun idea, make something that's shareable, make something that's really unique in the Tiki sphere. We're working with Tiki Farm again, like we have in the past, to bring this mug to life.
It's incredible.
Go back to that other shot.
Yeah, I'm going. There you go.
So a fun thing about this mug is that
You keep calling a mug like it's not the size of my head.
sorry, it's 24 ounces, right?
Yeah.
So 24 ounces is definitely a shareable punch bowl, right?
Solo if you try hard enough.
Yeah,
Who's soloing
you
this
can-
here?
You can
Not
drink
I.
it yourself if you want, but
Yeah.
the one of the fun things that I really wanted to do with this, because this whole idea of having all the monsters represented on the back, the title treatment on the front, was having Godzilla up front and center. If you're familiar with other scorpion bowls out there or tiki punch bowls in general, there's usually like a reservoir in the middle, like a little volcano or whatever it is, right, where you can pour some alcohol and light it so that, you know, it creates a fun little show while you're drinking your cocktail, right? So with this, you can do the same thing. You can actually pour a little bit of alcohol into Godzilla's mouth and light it on fire. And so it looks
Use a
like
straw.
there's fire that's blowing out of his mouth.
Drink with a
You
straw.
don't wanna
it's gonna set your
slurp it?
bangs on fire.
Yeah.
Jesse, do we already have a message prepared for like we are not responsible for you singeing off your eyebrows?
We're workshopping it.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Buy it
this
at your own risk.
Yeah, this thing is incredible because it's based on the Destroy All Monsters film. And Atil, I'm going to make sure you check us on this. But it's based on Destroy All Monsters. So around the outside of the bowl, we featured all of the monsters from the film, right? So we're going to check. We got Rodan.
Yep. We've got Baragon.
We got Baragon. We got Mothra Larva.
Yeah. We got Anguirus over there hanging on one of Ghidra's necks.
Yes. And did I do this sequentially? No, but this is Manda.
You got Manda in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here he is. And then here we got Varan.
Varan, yeah.
Varan. How do you say it, Atil?
It's Varan, right? Or
Hold on, let Atil say it.
Varan.
I call him Varan.
Okay, so is it Ghidorah or Ghidorah?
It
Yeah,
depends
right.
on which coast you're on. You know?
which coast is which?
I don't know. It doesn't matter.
Okay, I was gonna say I said Ghidorah.
It's
I always
Ghidorah.
think Ghidorah, but yeah, Ghidorah.
Oh, there you go. Ghidorah's East Coast, Ghidorah's West Coast.
Okay, I did not know that.
There's Gorosaurus.
Yes, very important. And then there's the most important character.
Yeah.
Now, I am not going to say. And by the way, right down here is Kumunga, right? Secretly at the bottom.
Yep, he's
I
in
just
there
noticed that
too.
for the
And
first
then
time.
Ghidorah up at the top.
Yes. This looks like it was inspired by a very specific Minya.
I wouldn't say. I think it's. It definitely has the vibes for sure.
Of our figure.
Yep.
It looks like it was inspired by our figure, so that's so freaking cool. That I really think this is the best looking Minya of all time. Frankly, no offense. So so all of this is around the mug. It's total chaos. It's got a great wave design at the bottom, and you can see by this picture we're intending for at least 2 people to share this beverage, so that you don't have the pressure of consuming it yourself. But if you're like me, it might be filled with marinara sauce and have cheese sticks hanging
That's
off.
what I was just gonna
What I was
say.
thinking, yeah.
Somebody in the
Cheese
chat
stick
said,
gang.
somebody in the chat said it would be a good s'mores bowl, and I'm like,
Ooh, chicken nugget.
When
Chicken
we
nuggets
were
and
at
dip.
we were at that New York and we had the
Nuggets
a
in
different
this
colorway of this. We were talking about how you could put some chicken nuggets in the bowl.
Dude, you
That's
filled
in
this
his
with
mouth.
nuggets right here, and then right here you got the sweet and sour sauce. You don't need to light it on fire. It's all
Yeah,
right.
you
Calm
dip-
down.
If
And
you're
you just
if you're
dip the
like me and
nugget.
you don't drink, you can fill it with. I was thinking like Diet Coke and drop some Mentos in his mouth.
exactly.
Okay.
Bring it to
Exactly.
your science fair.
Yeah, and this thing is such a great like sculptural piece. Even if you never actually use it for its legit function, it's such a great sculptural piece. It feels like an artifact in a way. It feels like a relic or a remnant of someone who experienced this in person. It's a great way to get back into the Tiki game, dude.
Yeah, I agree. I'm super pumped. This took a long time to create, and working with Tiki Farm and their amazing team over there. It was a hard one. They, I don't want to. It's not a direct quote, but basically said this is one of the hardest mugs they've ever produced.
They're badasses.
And they're so excited. And I'm glad because it's one of those things where if we're gonna go back in the Tiki, let's do something awesome and really unexpected.
Yeah, dude, 100%. It's so good. All right, so now we've got to discuss what I think is one of our crowning achievements this year is getting Octeal on an officially licensed Godzilla figure. Not only that, dude, I think you kind of like have your own thing here with the Godzilla and the UFO. I'm not going to say immediately that it's M1 with the trike, but come on, we're in the conversation. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean that's where a lot of the influence or the idea of it came from. Is like, you have figures in vehicles, you have figures in riding vehicles and in toys, and it only made sense to take something from the movie and just stick them in it. And
100%.
when I thought about it, I couldn't
another
believe that.
idea.
I couldn't believe nobody's ever done it.
Me neither, dude.
You know, it seems
It seems obvious. You know, it's funny because it came from a piece of Flash that you designed. For those who don't know, Octeil's an amazing tattoo artist, a huge Godzilla fan, great painter, paints soft vinyl figures. Had great success with Kaiju Cream last year. If you don't know about it, it's amazing. Can't barely keep it on the shelves, right? Like even when I went to go get one, it was like, dude, please come early so I don't have to like hold one for you. Everybody wants one of these. I did. I got it. It's amazing. And to get you on an official one is just a great feeling because I think you have a very recognizable style. It's also, for my money, I can't tell if this is true. Someone correct me. I don't know that anybody's done a Godzilla figure based on like legit Flash. And that's where this started, right, dude?
Yeah, totally. I mean, to my knowledge, nobody has. And, you know, most, even in the tattoo world, I do so much Godzilla and Kaiju related tattoos and tattoo Flash that, you know, it just seemed like a natural progression to go into toys and try to, you know, bounce those things off of each other. Dude, those shots are amazing.
No, the photography's insane.
Yeah, I don't think you've seen the photos yet, Octeil.
No, I haven't seen them.
These poor guys trying to answer questions and go, holy shit, it looks so good.
we sent these to
Sorry,
I'm
dude.
not gonna be able to talk.
the man, our guy Raul, man, and he was like, he had so much fun with these. He was like, oh, there's not a million accessories. He's like, I can go crazy.
Dude, I am in love with this figure, dude. Like I got a sample here at the house, and the size of it, I don't think it's immediately obvious when you see the pictures. I think you do picture the M1 trikes, but this is a substantial figure, right, Hector? It's like what, 10 inches?
Oh yeah, it's big.
Yeah. You have one?
I have a blank here.
Oh, perfect. I'm gonna bring this out, and I can let's see. How do I
This is a
solo
blank
Hector?
that I have here, so you can see how big it is.
Oh yeah.
So it's not a small soft vinyl piece. It's, you know, he's chunky. He's about as big as our Space Godzilla is just about, right?
Which is awesome because that means that the Godzilla itself is like, if he was full bodied, he'd be like what? Like
he'd be like 12 inches.
Yeah,
around
like
there.
yeah. So it's a nice proportion. It's a nice way to get a big Godzilla, and again, like a super unique. Wait, hold on. How do I get you back in here? Oh no, that was right there. There you go. So it's a super unique way to get a feature Godzilla in your collection, dude. Octeil, I feel like you're like just popping off on the scene now. Not just, but like you just keep continuing to impress people with these designs. How does it feel now to know, as a lifelong Godzilla fan, you have your name on an officially licensed Godzilla thing that Toho had to approve of?
I mean, it's a dream. It's not something I thought would ever happen in a million years. You know, it's something that I always thought I would just kind of be under the radar doing these types of things. And honestly, you know, working with Mondo has been a dream. You know, everybody through the whole process, they're fans. They're fans of, you know, everything that you're working on. You know, whether you're talking about the sculptors or the artists or the media. I mean, just everybody that I've come across. It's really amazing to be a part of that, and you know, to you know, not feel like you're getting this constant pushback from people that have no idea what they're talking about.
Yeah.
You know, and then to be able to actually put something out, you know, at this level, exactly what you envisioned, and you got to have your hand, you know, be a part of it, is, to me, it's amazing.
I love it so much, dude. These drop on Friday for Godzilla Day. They're incredible pieces. I don't think I have to convince anybody to get this because it's one of the rare occasions where something new enters the Godzilla verse. And
Not only
so
that, but it celebrates a new artist, right? And again,
Yes.
it celebrates pushing the boundaries of what we can do with that with Godzilla, right? Like we've been able to work with so many talented artists in the last few years, right, to bring a different spin to Godzilla, right? I feel like we do like every year, like first it started with you, Peter. It's like, oh, here's the Attack Peter Godzilla.
Yeah.
You know, then it was, here's a Groman Godzilla, here's a Jesse Hernandez Godzilla. And so this year it's like, you know, this is the Octeil Godzilla, right? Like it's just really cool. And, you know, big thanks to Toho again for trusting us to do this kind of stuff. Yep. But I love this piece. It's one of my favorites I feel like this is really a true one of our most true Sofubi inspired
Yes,
soft vinyl figures that we've released. For sure.
100%. 100%. This one feels like it always
Feels like it
existed.
Yeah, yeah.
It feels like we went to Mandarake in Japan and bought it off the shelf. And
Good
you know what's
pronunciation.
crazy is a year ago at Designer Con, we got together and we talked and we're like, dude, let's do a figure. Remember? We were like standing outside the booth. Octil, remember that?
Yeah, totally. I mean, totally remember.
Yeah, and it was just so fucking crazy to think that like here we are, we're gonna release it on Friday for Godzilla Day. This is the first colorway. You know we have some great colors planned, but also, dude, you're painting up. Can we say this, Hector, that he's maybe doing something for Decon?
Oh well, I mean, we are going to be at Designer Con.
Okay,
Teal's
good.
here, we might as well say it, but
Yeah.
yeah, we are going to be at Designer Con in a few weeks. So if anyone
In
is
Vegas?
attending in Vegas, yeah, if anyone's attending, we will be doing some one-offs. Not only in two of which will be done by the man here at Teal.
Hell yeah! So those are insane. I myself am gonna try to enter to get one of those. Those are insane. Like it's just insane that we're here, dude. And you did it. I'm so proud of you, man. Like we've been friends now for a little bit. You've tattooed me. I know what a hardcore fan you are of this, and just a fan of creation and creating figures and painting Sofubi in general. We've had so many freaking great conversations, and anyway, we're here, dude. We did it. And you're in, man. You're in the pantheon of people who contributed to the Godzilla lore. It's like we're talking about with Mark and Alex at the beginning of the show. Like you're hardcore fans of this, and you get to actually contribute to it. It's such a good feeling, right? But here you are, man. You did it. I'm super proud of you.
Yeah, I love that you're saying it's kind of like full circle for the the perfect way to end the show, right? Like
Yeah.
we started the show with what was fan art turned into reality, turned into product, so that people who are fans of the show could buy it, right, for the first time. And
Yes.
and this is ending the show like this, today, with Octil and his experience through all of his career and through this, and being a fan of Godzilla, and then being able to put out his first officially licensed design, right, is such a cool story in and of itself. So
It's the coolest thing about what we do. And dude, I think it's a testament to you, man, as a great leader here, Hector, that you've opened the door for all people to try this stuff out. It's true. It's
Thank
true.
you.
And it's amazing, because I think I speak for everybody here. It's a pleasure to work at a place where you don't have to worry about what everybody's doing. Everyone's busting their ass to bring the best they can. Everyone's always raising their game. Everyone is seeing what everybody else is doing internally, and you go, oh my God, it's so good. And then you want to go and like ratchet it up again. So I couldn't be more proud to work with you guys. I think you set the tone for this, and I just love that we get to do it. But yeah, I think we've covered everything. Jesse, did I miss anything?
We got Decon details. Thanks for the shout out. We got everything. We are going to Decon. We got a whole list lineup, all kinds of fun stuff. The official announcement with what we're bringing, all that's going to be live next week. Stay tuned to our socials and our website. And this guy up on the screen drops on Friday, November 1st, in a couple of days. Get yourself one along with all the other Godzilla stuff. So,
hell yeah.
For you.
We did it. It's great. We did it. I'm so stoked. I can't imagine us in Vegas. It's going to be a fun time. Octil, you're coming to Vegas, we said, right?
I will be there.
Awesome. So we'll be able to celebrate in person. Everybody in the chat, thank you so freaking much. Do we want to give away anything, Jesse?
Yeah. Why are you looking at me? We can give away. Let's do it. Let's do it.
I want to check with you. What do you want to give? Can we do it? Can we do a couple 50s?
Yeah. Let's do some gift cards.
You want to do some gift cards? You want to give away a thing?
We can give away a thing. What do you want to give away?
Chat with Hector on the side, and I'll start with some 50s.
Start with some 50s. We'll figure it out.
Okay, this is what we're going to do.
Yeah.
Okay, Mark and Alex, I need each of you to think of a Ghostbuster trivia question.
Yes.
Off the top of your head. I'll give you a few seconds to marinate on that while I vamp. If you want to Google something, you can. But I'm going to go ahead and shout out some of the people in the chat and say, hey, again, thank you guys for watching tonight. If you can, subscribe to the channel. We've been growing the channel. It's pretty crazy. I remember when we started, we were under 4K, and now we're 5,600 subscribers, which is awesome. So we didn't really intend for this to be a big channel that grew on its own merits. but it is, which is really cool. We love doing this. We love sharing everything with you. So if you guys can hit subscribe on the channel, it'd be awesome. If you can like the video, that'd be great. And make sure you're following us on socials. Mondo News on Instagram, right? Don't just look up Mondo. And Mondo News. Yeah. All right. Cool. So who has a question?
Me?
Mark?
Yeah. Okay. Name the company, year, and model of the Ecto-1 from the original film.
Dang.
Oh wow.
Company, year, and model.
Yeah,
you know this, right? You know the answers? Because I don't.
Friends back in Oklahoma that own it, so yeah.
Okay. Oh, okay, cool. Company, year, and model of the original Ecto-1. First person, and I'm looking at the YouTube chat for the order. Someone says 1959 Caddy Miller. Is that accurate?
You're missing a part.
Someone says 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor Ambulance.
I'll take that.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
there it is.
The full answer was that it's a 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor Futura combo car.
Oh, damn. No, nobody had that yet, but I'm going to give it to Stop Motion Verse.
Cool.
Because even knowing that much means you're psychotic. So where is it here? Yeah, look at this. This Stop Motion Verse. We're going to give it to you. 1959 Cadillac Miller Meteor Ambulance. It came in at the exact same time as Doco's, but that extra little bit of info is going to give it
Miller
to you.
Meteor, that alliteration. That's what I was looking
I like that. All
That
right,
was like
Jesse.
the end of My Cousin Vinny.
Right? So just Stop Motion Verse, you won. Congratulations. All you have to do now is email support@mondoshop.com and let them know you won $50 gift card, and we'll get you hooked up. All right, Alex, what is your question du jour?
I hope this isn't too hard, but
After that one?
Yeah, right.
What do you got for blood types from Dan Aykroyd?
This is a real Ghostbusters question.
Okay.
For real Ghostbusters fans. Name the mascot of the parade from Ray Stance's hometown.
Mascot of the parade in Ray Stance's hometown. Now, this is in the Real Ghostbusters animated series.
Yo.
Okay, and you know the answer, of course.
Yeah, of course.
We'll see.
Anybody. Anybody.
All right, here we go. Got some answers coming in. Someone says that's a deep cut. The first one I see is the great Ryan Dole, Murray the Mantis. Is that it?
I'm not seeing it. That was a parade float, but it's not what we're looking for.
Oh.
Adam Lloyd Johnson?
Adam Lloyd Johnson.
Adam Lloyd Johnson outdoled the Dolemeister with the winged puma. Congratulations, Adam Lloyd Johnson. You're the first one. You got yourself a $50 gift card to mondoshop.com. All you got to do is email support@mondoshop.com and tell them you beat Ryan Dole's ass on a Ghostbuster question. That's fun. That's a fun thing. Sweet. And did you guys decide if we have a thing?
Yeah, we're going to give away.
I actually had it handy. Funny enough.
Oh, hell yeah. Ghidorah.
We have a King Ghidorah, the tricolor version Tiki mug that we.
Let me give you the solo so you can show it.
Yeah, here. It's in here.
Uh-huh.
We can give away. I'll do a little unboxing.
Unbox. Breathe on it a little bit. People like that.
Yeah.
No, I'm not sending this one.
Oh, okay. Then what's the point of breathing on it?
Oh yeah, I know. Well,
Live unboxing.
Yeah, my fingerprints are on it too, right? So it's like.
Now, Jesse, you have a question ready for this?
I don't.
I can make one up.
Let's go. I want to see what your question. That looks good.
Hold on. I promise.
That looks really good. And that's the blue, yellow, and red color variants. That's rad.
Yeah.
All right,
The
forget it, Jesse.
yellow one we did a
Octil.
few years back is sold out, but this is the color variant.
I love it. Octil, I'm going to go to you because Jesse's not going to know what he's asking. We're going to go ahead and... You got it? Okay, let's go.
Good
No. No. Go ahead. Jesse, you got it. I'm going to give you the solo.
King. Okay, wow. King Ghidorah. What is his alternate name?
Oh, that's actually a really good one.
Okay, what's his alternate name, folks?
And we're just going to leave Jesse on the one for
Yeah,
this.
please. I'm in How's Moving Castle Land.
Okay. So, I'm going to wait for people to chime in.
Anybody? King Ghidorah's alternate name. All right.
While we're waiting, Jesse, tell us a little bit about what you're wearing.
So what I'm wearing, this is the designed by Hal, Hal's Moving Castle. So I've got the pendant and also clip-on earrings. Fun fact:
Sick.
my ears are not pierced.
Nice.
You know,
Awesome.
I had to go all out this year.
Hell yeah.
Tommy would be all about it, man.
Next year we're gonna pierce your ears live on the stream. Just wait. Rocky Trevino was the first person that chimed in with Monster Zero, and that is absolutely the correct answer. So we're gonna give him a round of applause. You won it, Rocky. Just email support@mondoshop.com. You won't get the one that Hector breathed on, but you will get a Ghidorah Tiki mug. It's a really, really great piece. I love our Tiki mugs. They literally feel like statues that on the shelf. So they're really great.
They do.
Awesome.
Email support, right, at mondoshop.com?
Yeah, support@mondoshop.com. Guys, we did it. You want to give? I didn't see any like super crazy questions. I think P Rock was asking if we had an update on Clayface shipping. I don't know if we do.
Clayface, you mean the release date?
Release date, sorry, not shipping.
Oh, yeah. It'll be early next year.
Early next year. We had too much this year, so we had to punt a little bit. All right, so we did it, you guys. That was epic. We survived a stream that didn't work. Remember that? Remember when that happened?
Yeah.
Hector came on as Kirby. That was awesome. Remember that?
I do.
Remember that? That was so long ago.
I know.
Yeah,
and
it was
then
so long ago.
we went through what I think is a great theme of this company is that like we're all here because we're fans of the stuff and we want to make the stuff that we like. And we just hope it resonates with all of you. And it usually does. And that's why we get to keep doing it. So thank you guys again for the huge turnout yesterday on Ghostbusters. And today it's still going super strong. We hope you love that line as much as we do. If you support it, you know, it helps our chances to continue it. But you know, we're going to be doing a kick-ass year of real Ghostbusters with all 4 Ghostbusters, crazy ghosts, and who knows what else. And then we'll be at DesignerCon, but not before this week's releases. So again, tomorrow you got Scarecrow, you got the Bram Stoker's Dracula by Dave McKean, you got Trad Moore's Castlevania. What else? We got
Godzilla Day.
Godzilla Day on Friday.
The poster by
Hans Woody's 1954 Godzilla, beautiful piece. And then we have the variant, and we also have, of course, Octeal's debut into official Godzilla canon with
Godzilla
the Godzilla
UFO
UFO.
and the Destroy All Monsters.
And the Destroy All Monsters Tiki mug.
Yes.
Absolutely. And round of applause for Octeal. Thanks for joining us today.
Yes.
Really appreciate it.
And all you guys, the Mondo crew keeps
Thank
growing
you.
on the stream.
We're here.
We did it. We
All
got
right.
space
Thanks,
for 2 more.
everybody.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
Good night,
Now, this is what we
guys.
do.
Thank you all for joining. Appreciate it.
Keep waving because it takes a minute to end. Keep it waving. You keep
Bye,
waving.
everybody.
See you guys later.